You know, we go way back, man. So I appreciate you coming down. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I didn't really come down. You know, you're in my hood. Like, this is my, this is my neighbor. You're my neighborhood.
Yeah,
you know
I came to your neck of the woods.
Yeah, you didn't know it though, but this is my neighborhood. I'm king around here, man.
Yeah. So, yo, all right. Now, where are you from originally?
From Scranton, man.
Born and raised in Scranton,
Pinebrook.
Right? All right, Pinebrook.
The Plaza, man.
So now, when you were growing up, you said I know we talked about this before. You said your dad, right, was in prison when you were growing up, right?
Not really.
Okay.
I was like when I was a kid, I lived in Florida.
Okay.
I was born up here, but I lived in Florida, and my brother had caught cancer, so we moved back up here. So my dad was in the streets or whatever, so he had to make a decision, either be a family man or go back to the streets. And I don't fault him for what he did, but he chose what he chose.
Yeah.
Like.
So how old were you when he got arrested? Were you young, or was it like...
I don't know when he got arrested, but the last time I seen him was actually right outside, right here, like the street right out here. I was 6 years old. That was it. That's the last time I seen him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't go visit him and stuff like that?
Nah, I didn't get a chance to. He actually got deported, but I talked to my brother in Florida, like in like 2011 and stuff, and my dad was on the other line, but it wasn't really nothing to say. Like no hard, no ill will or nothing, but
no connection or nothing.
There wasn't. I asked him if he needed money or anything, but other than that, there really wasn't nothing to say.
So would you have your mom there to like raise you, or you and your brother?
My mom had 8 kids, and she also had problems with her. You know what I mean? So it's like but at the end of the day, she was my best friend. But I was really in the streets, man. You know what I mean? Like, my life was crazy growing up. You know what I mean?
So now when you were growing up, I know you said you were living like in the projects in this area.
Yeah. So
when you were out, you would just be, as a kid, just out and about with everybody that's from the neighborhood, pretty much.
Well, I was living with my cousins. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, they was young and going through what they was going through. So it's like I didn't really have no leash on me. Like, get your ass in the house, do this, do that. So If I needed something, I went grinding to get it. Was
anybody there like that you looked up to that took you under their wing, or was you just out there?
My cousin who I'm here with right now, he took when I was going through a tough time with my aunt, he took me to live with him and stuff like that. But my pride got in the way, like how we were living, I wanted better. You know what I mean? Like, and I wanted the streets, so he made me choose either you live in my house and do the right thing, or you go to the streets and do what you've been doing. And I chose the streets. It could have probably was the worst move, because I probably could have been somewhere else in life, but I don't regret no decision I made.
Right. So how old were you when you first got, caught up in trouble with the police or anything like that? Were you young, or was it?
This is my thing. I was a freshman playing varsity basketball, and I needed sneakers. And I went to my mother, and, my mother didn't have it. Like, she had a lot of kids, and she was dealing with her own demons and stuff like that. So she sent me to my uncle. So my uncle's like, man, if you want to get something, this is how you get it. So I was like probably freshman year in high school. I started dibbling with the streets and all that.
And then right after that, you had gotten shot. When that happened, I remember seeing you, and you were like, just got out of the hospital, like, you know what I mean, pain medicine or whatever they had you on, you know what I mean?
110 pounds.
Yeah,
fucked up, man.
So now, did you have to sit in the hospital for a while after that, or was it just... And why did what was the beef, if you want to talk about, what was that beef over? Or you want to just skip that?
What beef?
Well, the guy shot you. That beef.
What guy?
All right. So then the next...
Oh, all right.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was in the hospital for like 3 days. They kicked me out the hospital because
they kicked you out?
Yeah, the city came in support. When I got shot, like in front of the whole hospital, it was blocked off. Like all the Scrantonians came through. They showed me love, and they wouldn't let him in the hospital. So my right hand man, Pretty Ricky, that he led the mob. They storming the hospital trying to get to where I'm at and everything. And the hospital kicked me out. They didn't want me there. They were scared for their safety. But
Jesus.
Yeah, they kicked me out
of that shit. So then you had to just heal up.
Had to heal up and on my own.
Right, at the house.
I got a little apartment with my ex, who I will always be in debt for, because she put up with me with some bad times, man, and I had to heal up. It was bad. I couldn't wipe my own ass, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't wipe my own ass. I had someone do that for me. Like, that's
right. That's crazy.
Yeah, that time it really messed my life up, man. It's when I got addicted to the pills and stuff like that, because it was bad. I mean, like, that was bad.
Well, and that was when we were both. We were like 18 at that time or something, 17, 18.
Yeah.
and I had actually just joined the Army right after that, you know, and
all then, you can be, baby.
Yeah, you know, and it was a good thing because it got me out of the area and it, you know, all that good stuff.
You got you that hot ass wife too.
Yeah, no, married, and, right? Got the family thing going. So it was a good thing I did that because you know I wasn't going I wasn't living the straight and narrow life either, you know. So now when so that was the last time I had seen you though, right? So fast forward to, I guess it was around 2015, right?
2015, November 3rd, 2015. Yeah.
All right. Now, can you talk about, because this is already done and over with, right? So can you talk about what happened that you got arrested or any of the things? Like, I don't even know what I actually forget what it was that you got arrested for.
You wanted me to like go in and like tell you. I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah,
it was all right. I had just came home from doing 4 years in prison.
Okay.
And I was getting my life together. You know, I had the record deal coming, and I had a job, apartment, all that. And you know, I'm listening to what parole telling me to do. You feel me?
Right.
So I had this girlfriend that I was living with, and she was acting crazy. So you know, I just wanted to get away from it, so I left. And parole hit me for a change of address. So when they did that and everything, I had to do this 3 months program or whatever before I come back out. So I did the program. I came out, and they put me in a halfway house. So now I'm in this halfway house. I got car payments. I got all this stuff to do. And it's like, everything was overwhelming me because it's like I was doing the right thing. Then y'all just locked me up because of this. And I was like, everything is overwhelming. So I went back to what I know best, man.
Right.
And you know, and I didn't even get a chance to do nothing. I went and seen whatever, seen whoever, whatever. And that was it. That's all she wrote. The narcs ran down on me, and you know, 6 years later, here I am in front of you.
Did you get set up, or was it just something by chance they were on to you or whatever? Or?
I'll never know, I guess.
Yeah. Because we know there's a lot of that goes around, especially in this area.
Oh man, right? Is there? But it's not the Scrantonians as y'all thinking. Y'all be like coming to Scranton talking about, yeah, Scranton people. No, it don't be us. It be these other motherfuckers that come from out of town,
right,
and give us the bad fucking name, man. There is some good ones that come from out of town and hold it down, but a lot of these motherfuckers, they get kicked out of their hoods, so they come down here and want to be tough and all that shit, and the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, because this is like a small city.
It's a melting pot. That's what it is. It's a melting pot. You got people from all places, New York, Jersey, down south. We all here, man. And you know, a lot of them dudes, they can't last in their hood, so they come out here where we just try to chill and shit and try to do shit. But you know, there's real Scranton motherfuckers out here like me who niggas ain't going for that shit.
Right. Yeah, they make the block hot.
They make it more than hot. They suckers, man. A lot of suckers, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good mix, like you're saying. There's people that come from out of town, and they're just as bad as some of the
people from out of town literally work for the police.
Yeah.
They come out here and start working for the police against the Scrantonians and everybody.
Not all of them though. There's some good ones. There's
a lot of them that get caught up.
There's some good ones. There's some good ones. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna just say there's some good ones, man.
All right. So you got arrested then. You were on the street hustling basically and got caught.
Yeah.
So you come into the unit that I'm working in every day. Now I hadn't seen you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I hadn't seen you since you had just gotten shot. And
tell the truth though. That's not how it happened though.
How did it? How?
I'm sitting at the poker table,
right?
And I seen you walking by and shit. I'm like, yo, that's fucking Mifka.
Yeah.
He just looking at him, looking at him. I'm looking at you looking at me and shit. I'm like, that's my fucking boy, man.
Yeah.
So I go to the bar. Like, what the fuck, man? Why you ain't say what up, man? I ain't know you ain't say nothing to me. Fuck you mean I ain't say nothing. You supposed to, I ain't know it was you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No matter what I'm doing, you supposed to pull up like, oh, what's up, man?
Well, like, you want to know why I didn't?
Why?
Because I thought, so when I had seen you right after you had gotten shot,
yeah,
you must have been right out of the hospital. Because I come up, I'm like, yo, Ray, like, what's up, buddy? I went to like give you a hug.
PTSD, bro.
And no, but right. And you were probably just got done taking a bunch of pain medicine for the, and you looked at me like, you didn't even know me. So I was like, yo, I thought Ray was my friend. What the fuck? I felt no. And then I realized, because that's why I realized after, because you even said that, you were like, nah, man, I was like fucked up. I don't even remember that.
I don't.
So I was like, oh, that's why I didn't say anything to you, because I thought you were, I don't know. I didn't see you. I thought you were mad. I don't fucking know.
You my man.
So,
you my man.
So that was, so then, and I was in that same unit every single day, and I was, pretty wild back then, because I'm new. I'm I did calm down a little bit after that, but there were times when there were some other inmates that they'd be talking shit on me or whatever, right? Yeah. And because of what, for whatever, you can't please everybody. And maybe sometimes I could have been a little overboard, but you would always go and be like, nah, shut the fuck, like, that's my man. Like he's
chill.
doing
like,
what he's doing.
That's
right?
my man. That's my man.
So I wanted to ask you about that. So when that would happen, now there's obviously,
I want to say something about that too when you're done, but go ahead.
So there in the block that you were on, there's some big time, gang members. There's big time criminals that you're in there with. There's 120 of them. And it's you don't hear that every day, right? Yeah. Where now, to be fair, I think I was a pretty fair individual as far as I would help a lot of people and stuff. So
you hot-headed though. I had to tell you times like, yo, chill the fuck out, man. We chilling.
Yeah,
man.
you did.
You cool though,
right? And good. I would fall back. Sometimes you get caught up. But so was there ever a situation where they took it the wrong way when you were like, nah, that's my man, chill out, or did they just fall back and accept it?
What they gonna do?
I don't know.
What they gonna do if they didn't like it? What they gonna do?
Well, I'm just saying because there's some big gang members and stuff. I mean, I'm
chilling. I'm just doing your screening. I'm minding my business, but at the same time, like, what are they gonna do?
Right.
Plus, you think I'm a bitch or something, Rob? Like, I don't
no,
understand.
not at all.
But there's something I do want to tell you though.
Okay. Yeah.
One of the dudes who you didn't like, Killer. That's all we're gonna say. His name's Killer. Not no last name. We're gonna say it's Killer. Out of everyone who I've met in life, he's a good dude, and I've been telling that from the door. When I came home, he did something for me that I never expected him to do because we wasn't even tight like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he put me on my feet, gave me clothes, told me if I ever needed anything, this and that. And me and him wasn't that close, so sometimes you gotta listen when people tell you something. Man, dude was actually a good dude. For whatever reason, y'all didn't like each other, but dude, out of everyone, dude, yeah, he's top of my list, man. So that's all I want to say, man.
So I know I actually heard that as well, and with him, what happened with him is I never got a chance to meet him, on a regular level. When I first had met him, and he could be kind of arrogant in a sense, right? So I'm mandated.
What's arrogant though?
Arrogant in the sense like he had a sense of because he had been there so many times, and the other guards respected him. I never met him before, so he would be able to get away with stuff because he knew so many of the guards. So you get kind of
Is that what it is? Or is it because, before we come in there, we're kings of our environment. Mm-hmm. So when you telling us to shit, piss, eat, and this and that, it's kind of hard to adapt like that. You got to understand that even though we in jail, a lot of us still got to provide for our families and stuff like that. So,
For sure. And I know that in the back of people's head, they got their own shit going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, sometimes this happens. It's jail. I mean, everybody, the guards working there got their own shit going on. The inmates in there, so you do have these incidents.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, I feel you though. I feel you.
I try to give some, trying to put some defense on.
I don't know nothing about that, but
with him, it was he was so when during lockup, right? Everybody's got to be locked in their cell for count, right? Yeah. And he was in the wrong cell. I'm trying to count people. He's in the wrong cell, and it's like, yo, if you were upstate or you'd be right in the hole for that.
Not really.
Well, it's.
Have you ever been upstate?
But this is the.
Have you ever been upstate?
I've worked with COs in.
Have
upstate
you ever been upstate?
As in no.
Okay, so you can't really say that. It's like that's not
fine. It's speculation. But
upstate is a little different, man.
They're a little more strict when it comes to locking up.
Fuck no.
No. All right. What? Well, then maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But
hell no.
But hear me out. So anyway, I no excuse, but I'm mandated. I'm tired. I don't, and I shouldn't even be talking. One of these days, maybe I'll be able to sit down and talk with him and explain this, but. What it was he was in the wrong cell, and when I told him about it, he was like laughing at me, right? And I felt like an idiot. This is the truth. I felt stupid. He just laughed. He's a big dude, and he's just laughing at me like I'm a little kid. And we had, and again, I was a hothead. I'm not gonna lie. So we had some words back and forth. I ended up writing him up, right? I needed to go to the hole for that, and then it was a different thing. So when he had gotten out of the hole, he came up to the unit that I had worked in every day, and he hated me. And
you put him in the hole, man.
Right? Yeah. Why? Right.
Put him in the hole, man.
I'm not. Again, I don't work there anymore, and I guess it is a bit of a. But it's when you're in that situation, I can get in trouble if the guy's not counted right or whatever. I can get fired. So it's like it's stressful on that end too. Plus, it was like 12 at night. You know what I mean? I'm tired. Yeah. And he's laughing at me, okay? And he's giving me an attitude. And I'm just like, just go in your cell. So I write him up. I didn't put him right in the hole. I just wrote it up as the situation. Yeah. And then they ended up putting him in the hole probably like a week. You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks maybe. It wasn't so he ends up coming up to my unit afterwards. And he hated me. And he would stare at me. I'd be trying to do roll call, and he'd be, because there's a.
You saw he was staring at you?
Yeah.
He was just.
I'm telling you, man. Maybe I'm crazy.
I'm gonna ask him. I don't know. I'm gonna ask
he
him.
would be grilling me, and because I'd be trying. All right, you know how there's a window, right? I got to see 2 people in the cell. Okay, to do count. I got to count every single all 120 people.
Yeah.
And he would go in front of the window, and he's big as hell, and he would take up the whole window and stare at me like he was gonna kill me, and I would just start going back, and I'd start my mouth too, and I'd get out of the fucking way. And he, obviously, who am I to say that to him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He would kill. Because what's funny about him as well is he got into a fight with another guy that I believe is tough. And
do you believe he's tough?
Yes, just because he had gotten into a lot of fights in the jail. I don't want to say his name, but
you gotta pay us to say their name. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I won't say his name, but I figured he was a tough guy, and he ended up fighting this individual, right? That goes by Killer, and I thought the guy was a pretty tough guy, and Killer literally grabbed him, put him on the ground, and the guy was trying the best to beat the shit out of Killer. And he grabbed him, put him on the ground, and said, "If you don't stop, I'm gonna really hurt you." Yeah, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And this is one of the tougher guys I thought. He had been in a lot of fights in the jail, knocking out people left and right, and he got put on the ground like a kid and was like, "Don't ever do it again." And I was like, "Damn." If Killer got a hold of me, I'd be screwed.
One thing I learned about being upstate for 10 years, there's always a big, you think you're a big dog, but there's always a bigger dog.
Yeah.
So if you don't got your shit together, it's gonna be, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to mention Big Homie that, because I got a lot of friends these days, and he's one of the good ones, and I appreciate everything he did.
Well, and I did hear he was a good dude. He had helped out a lot of people that were in there. I would talk to a lot of people. Me and him never had a conversation ever, but I did hear he was a good dude. And he did always cheat at the poker table, by the way. Anybody's watch. That's the truth. Always cheating. Everybody wouldn't even want to play with him anymore because he'd be cheating every day. So they would shut the poker table down and stuff. But other than that, I heard he did look out for a lot of people. He was telling the younger kids to stay away from the lifestyle. So I respect that, man.
He's a good guy. That's my guy, man.
Yeah. So if maybe one day I'll have a chance to explain that, and maybe
or not.
Maybe he might kill me. I don't know. He might just punch me in the face and not give a shit. I don't know.
You know, people change, and we're all doing good out here, so
Right. That's good. That's good for me at least.
Yeah, you're right.
So all right. So other than that, I think I was pretty all right to everybody. I tried to help a lot of people, So you were in there for a couple of years. So when you have a unit like that, 120 inmates, and it's kind of unique because you've got county, state, and federal all mixed into one bunch of one group.
Yeah.
So, how do you compare that to like what you've experienced in like a real state prison? Like what kind of crazy stuff would go on there that you can talk about that you wouldn't see anywhere else, or if anything?
The county's sweet.
Yeah.
That shit is sweet. Well, but the county I was in is sweet anyway. A lot of other counties like Philly, stuff like that, like
no joke.
A lot of people want to survive, but if you can survive, you can survive anywhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just the person who you are. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why today I'm the man I am today, because I know how to survive. I got around some real dudes who's never come home, who got life plus 100 years, who has 40 years, and it was like, listen, man, like we're gonna get you right. And that's what I focus from the day I got to SCI Forest until the day I left SCI Green. I was working on being a better man, not only for me, but the people who follow me and support me.
Okay. So even while you were even in jail, you were already thinking about bettering your life and
thinking about I've been thinking about my dream for the last 6 years, and my dream's starting to work right now. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's what you're working on now? Like,
so you can think about is like when you're in there and that door closes, you listen to your music, watch TV, you think about your future.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't sleep much. I'm always go. Like today's the most that I slept today, then you called me and woke me up.
Yeah.
Like I was going to sleep until I had work. So
I'm glad I got you.
Yeah,
this is good.
Yeah, you woke me up. But it's cool though.
All right. So you spent a couple years at the county with me.
Yeah.
Which was a crazy experience in itself. And then 2017, you got sentenced finally and went to state prison.
Yeah.
So when you had got there, what kind of, now you had already been to state prison previous. So this wasn't your first time going up.
Yeah.
So when you go up there, is there people you already know? Like you just walk in, everybody's like, yo. Or
you remember that uncle who you haven't seen in 20 years? You're like, oh shit. or that friend that you haven't seen in a long time. It's like this, like, oh shit, this is where you've been.
Right.
Oh, what up? This is what's going on.
Right.
You know, like, you're gonna meet everyone. It's like the dude who you was beef with in the county, 9 times out of 10, if he's a bitch, when you get up to state prison, yo, what's up, man? How you doing? What's going on? Like, oh, yeah, you was tough in the county. Now I see what it is now. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just, you gotta get in when you fit in. You know, I worked out. I was working out the whole time and just surrounding myself with people who had the same mindset as me. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this.
But you do have some clowns though. They're from Scranton. I know them since like the 4th grade, 3rd grade, and they talk about they're from somewhere else. All right, you fucking.
And you already know.
And they be like, oh right, you know, yeah, he's from such and such. His mom's name is such and such. Get the fuck out of here, man. Keep it real. Be you, man. So you know, that's the type of person I was. Like, I mean.
Now, when you're walking into the state prison for the first time,
okay.
This might be a stupid question, but I would be pretty scared walking in there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the unexpected, right? Obviously the stigma of prison, state prison, there's all types of people up there. You just don't know what to expect. So when you're going up there, now obviously this is the second time, but when you're walking in there, do you feel any type of fear, anxiety, stress, or how do you feel when you're first getting there?
When you pull up to that building, your heart races a little bit because you don't know what's going on, who's in it, this and that. But once you get in there, it's like, all right, this is how I gotta act.
Right.
Or, you know, like, I'm gonna get eaten by the wolves.
Right.
I mean, you gotta act a certain way. Like, this is time to man up. Let's go.
So with the guards that are up there, do you ever see them being aggressive, or are they helpful, or they just leave you alone?
In my experience, a lot of them, like, they knew a lot of us was trying to get home and stuff like that.
Right.
So a lot of them would try to put us in situations to risk our freedom and stuff like that.
Right.
So you just got to know how to move. You got some people who don't give a fuck who will knock them out and do an extra 2 years. People, like, you know what I mean? Like, when I came into SCI Force, true story, my first day there, I left graded for my first day there. I walked into we did our orientation on that. Did they take us to go get lunch? I walked into the chow hall. There's COs knocked out in the chow hall. People, they was getting knocked out. Another CO come, they get knocked out. And they would keep the main line running. And we would just step over them and get our trays. Some people would kick them. And that's the first time I was like, you know what? I was like, yeah, this is gladiator school. SCI 4, this is gladiator school. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you got a lot of people that are doing hundreds of years. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, this is a little different from the last spot that I was at. So, you know, I really had to buckle in.
Yeah.
I had to buckle in. I mean, get myself right.
Well, and like you're saying, there's people doing life there, people that have been there already years. And, you know, I think that's one of the differences with the county, because obviously the county has a lot of issues, but you don't have guys there for years together, just like they do upstate. You might have a couple, but not enough to really rebel against the system of how fucked up shit could be. So it's more like individualistic at the county level, but upstate, everybody kind of starts grouping together. So now there's obviously a lot of prison gangs up there, all different types. So
are there?
Probably.
All right.
I said probably.
I don't know nothing about that.
So you don't know anything about anything like that?
Nah.
All right, so I'll skip those questions. All right, I had a few of them.
I don't know nothing. You can ask a question, but I'm not. I don't. If I don't know, I don't.
All right. Did you? There's one of them. Did you ever join a prison gang or any type of gang?
Yeah, I'm the king of the 570.
Okay.
The king of Scranton. Yeah, I'm in the Scranton gang.
Scranton gang.
ECG, Electric City Gangsters, man.
All right. And that's.
Don't you scream Southside? You have Southside, right?
Well, yeah, Southside, of course.
Yeah.
Southside soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a gangster too. So
you know,
it's not.
I ain't a gangster. I'm soccer dad now, but
right.
You know, I'm Scranton all day, man. 570.
Now, did you group up with anybody or was it just people from Scranton, or was it people that you had known from serving time before, or how did you grow up with somebody?
All right, so it's like when you get up there, you got people from Pittsburgh. You got people from Philly, then you got people from like Allentown, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But then you also have like people that was in Scranton, like you have like some Scrantonians, and you have like people that was from out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I had some dudes that I chill with that was from out here, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But my thing was, I got dragged into being around people that was trying to do what I was trying to do in life, and you know, trying to get the bag.
Right. All right. Well, so when you go up there now, obviously it could be dangerous and stuff. So when you if there had ever been a situation, you don't have to say anything specific, but if people getting stabbed and stuff like that, I mean, obviously you said the one with the SEALs getting knocked out one after another.
Yeah.
So do the inmates themselves go at it regularly, or is that something that doesn't happen as often because everybody's living there for?
Yeah,
they already know.
It's everyday life. Someone's
getting fucked up,
beat up, life flighted, killed. Like,
damn.
It's everyday life. You know, you get around a whole bunch of people that you don't want to be around, then you know certain things are gonna happen.
So would you say you get used to it? I mean, after the first time, it's probably like, oh shit, like, but after a while, would you say you get used to it, or is it?
You got some people that get used to it, but me personally, I don't. There's certain things that I don't do because I put it in my head that wasn't my home.
Right.
That wasn't my home. You know what I mean?
You didn't want to get used to that kind of thing.
Nah. I got in a routine. Like, I'm still in a routine right now. You know what I mean? Even though I ain't had work the day this morning, I still woke up at a certain time, but I went back to sleep. But I'm still in a routine. I'm still institutionalized, as they say it. Like, you know, I'm still moving around. I still call my boys at 7:00 in the morning. What are you doing up? It's fucking count time, motherfucker. Get up. Let's go. My brother hates it. Oh my God.
Right.
I'll be banging on the door. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, get the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing sleeping, man? Because I don't sleep much. You know what I mean?
When you showed up at my door at 7, nigga, oh my goodness, I was so mad.
I'm up, man. Like, my kids be like, what the hell's wrong with you? We're tired, Dad. Man, get the fuck up. Let's go. We out.
That's good. Did you work while you were up there? Did you have any jobs?
Yeah, I worked in the kitchen for a little bit, but then I started going to school, and I went to school for auto mechanics, and they were starting a CDL program.
Oh, okay.
So you know I'm good with talking. So I told the auto mechanic dude, like, listen, man, I'm going home to get my CDL. This is what I'm doing when I get home. I want to be a part of this. So he gave me the automotive job and he gave me the CDL tutor. So I was teaching people how to drive and stuff.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
So now, how much do you get paid? I know it's an hourly thing in state prison. So where was it hourly when you were in the kitchen and then when you were doing that?
In the kitchen, they started off at 19 cents an hour.
Right.
Then eventually the highest you could go is 42.
42 cents.
Yeah.
And you do 8-hour shifts?
Depends. It's 8 hours the most. But then when the pandemic hit, they said it was pandemic pay, so they was giving us like 51 cents. Like,
oh, for real?
Yeah, they make billions of dollars, and they're paying people to scrub floors and do stuff like that for like, come on, you said
12 cents.
Right.
Come on, like
because there's no type of janitors or anything. The inmates
there is like this, but they don't do shit. They make the inmates like you'll have the head janitor, but have like 5-6 inmates.
So he's overseeing them cleaning.
Yeah,
and
he
stuff.
don't do shit.
Right. So that's what's interesting is that all prisons, all jails even are ran, the cleaning, the laundry, the kitchen. A lot of people don't know this, but it's all ran by the inmates there. It's cleaned up by them. Everything.
From the buses getting fixed to
the
visiting room getting scrubbed. Like the inmates is run by, and they get pennies. Like
pennies.
Yeah. Got to wake up at 4 a.m. to go to work, and I'm getting 19 cents. Like that's fucked up, man.
There were even contracts with companies like McDonald's that were paying them to pay for their McDonald's uniforms, and they would just pay that labor, which I think is just crazy. It's
it's the rich getting richer, and it's because people made mistakes doesn't mean they're supposed to get treated like slaves,
right?
Everyone makes mistakes.
So what kind of luxuries that are in state prison? I know that they started implementing tablets over the years, like kind of like iPads in a way. Now,
if you call that a luxury,
well,
how much you pay? How much do you pay for a song? Like, say you wanted to buy a song before streaming started. How much did you pay for a song?
I want to say it's like $1, but you can watch, for free on YouTube.
All right, so upstate they give you a tablet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Songs are $1, right? In the real world, they're $1. So up there, you're paying $1.80 for every song.
$1.80.
You're paying 25 cents to send every email to your family members. So it's okay. You get that stuff, but it's like they're still making money,
right? And you're only getting the 19 cents or whatever an hour.
Yeah.
And
if you don't have no support or you don't have no type of hustle or nothing, you're gonna It's not you're gonna be messed up this, especially if you have a habit like a coffee habit or an e-cigarette habit or stuff like that. You're not gonna make it.
So did you have a tablet or do you rent one?
I had a tablet.
You had your own tablet?
I had a tablet, I had a TV.
There's a TV like right in your cell, right?
Yeah, you buy a TV and you put it in your cell.
What's a TV cost? Like a couple $100?
The one I had, it was like $180, but now they're like 240 because they talking about the pandemic,
everything,
and they switched a new, so they went up and they went smaller. Like,
right.
I mean,
so and then are there sports that you were playing to keep, you know? Like,
I did everything, man.
Yeah. So they have a lot of different programs to get outside, do things, play. I don't know, baseball, basketball.
Yeah, I played basketball, flag football. Then as I got older, I just started lifting. That's my new love. I love lifting. I haven't been done it since I got home. Yeah, I had to I'm trying to get my life together. Yeah. So once I get routine, then you know I'm gonna start lifting and getting back to me.
Right. All right. So. And then you had family coming up to visit, or did you have anybody coming up there to visit, or were you up there without any visits?
I had a friend. You know what I mean? I had a friend come, but once my mom died, it was like, you know, a lot of people forget about you, man. So, you know, I wasn't like, you know, so it's like, I don't feel no ill will against nobody coming to holler at me, nothing like that. But, you know, you can't look at me like I owe you something. I did 10 years and y'all ain't care about me. So I don't care about that, but that's whatever.
Right. So when you're in there and you're not, you know, you didn't really have many people visit from the outside. So you're kind of like surrounded by this completely different world that doesn't exist in the real, you know, where we're at now. It's like you have the guards that are kind of like the police. You have the inmates that are all, you know, you have some that are crazy, some that are fucking gangsters, some that are in there for whatever. So it's just like a whole different world, and you come, you know, and you just get sort of used to it, you know, and it's pretty crazy. So now the pandemic started in early 2020. Sheesh. And you were up there. So you actually saw the transition from, well, normal, you know, the normal world, or at least whatever.
I really didn't. I was in the hole when the pandemic hit.
Really? So what'd you go to the hole for?
Well, I had got a transfer from SCI Forest to Waymart to get closer to home. Now, when I got to Waymart, my fucking best friend works there. My friend since the 7th grade works there. So they thought it was a big deal. They threw me in a hole. I was down there for 8 months. They started this investigation like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Scranton. It's clear. No, you're not from Scranton. Look at your accent. There's no way in hell you're from Scranton. Like, we know you and her are doing something. This and you know, they gave me they treated me, man, to the point where I had to get on medication to cope and stuff like that. I'm still not right.
Really?
But the crazy part of that story is I only thought about all this shit that they're doing to me. I never thought about what they're doing to her. And, you know, me and her had a conversation. But me and her friend had a conversation the other day and stuff like that. And I didn't think about what they were doing to her, and it's a fucked up situation. Like it was bad. Like I wrote a book about it and everything. Like it was bad.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the name of the book?
Surviving SCI Waymart.
Wow.
Because not only was I was down there with a bunch of people who for 8 months who were going through the same thing I was doing. And it was only a group of us. And you know, I wrote a book about that. You know what I mean?
How many people were down in the hole with you?
There's a whole hole, but
yeah.
But my group, there's probably like eight of us. 8 of us who you know what I mean, who we were there
talking to each other.
We were there the whole time, right? You know, helping each other get through what we needed to get through and doing what we had to do. You know, I almost lost my mind down there. It was bad, you know.
Well, and at Waymart State Prison, they have the psychiatric unit there for the state.
Psychiatric unit, my ass.
Well, or something along the lines.
You know what their psychiatric unit is? What kind of drugs do you want and how much drugs do you need?
Wow.
What the fuck you mean? I'm in the hole for 8 months. I was fine before I came in here. Why the hell do I need drugs now?
Right.
Like what is y'all doing to me? And it's like it's different there because a lot of state prisons in the hole, they have TVs, and that one you have a fucking vent that blows out music all day long. Damn. From 8 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. They just blast music. It may be Monday country, Tuesday Octane, Wednesday country, Thursday hip hop, Friday more fucking country.
Damn.
So they would force you to do. I almost went crazy, man.
You can't turn it. It just comes blaring.
You can't do nothing. They just blasted. The COs be yelling, "Go kill yourself! Fuck you!" Word, man. Crazy. Like I remember one time, I don't mean to be ranting either, bro. I remember one time, gave me this celly and shit like that. So he like, yeah, I'm about to take a trip. I'm like, man, what the fuck you talking about? Where you going, nigga? So I'm like, man, I'm going to sleep. I'm about to take a trip too. I'm going to fuck to sleep, motherfucker. Fuck you talking about? So they call it trays. We could eat lunch, whatever. We put our trays back. He like, yeah, I'm about to go a trip. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. So the CEO comes banging, boom, boom, trays up to collect the trays and stuff like that. So I'm like, what this motherfucker doing? So I get up. This motherfucker hanging from the door.
Damn.
I'm like, yo, what? I'm like, yo, CO. I'm like, man, come get this motherfucker. They're like, what you talking about? I said, man, you better come get this man. He about to die. They said, man, what you talking about? I said, listen, man, this motherfucker hanging from the door and I'm not touching him. They said, well, so they come running or whatever. They open the door, I run out the cell, start booking down the hallway. Like, man, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. But yeah, they try to accuse me. They talking about I knew what his case was, so I hung him from the door. I just laughed at him like, you fucking motherfucker. Yeah, whatever. That shit's crazy though. Yeah, people lose their mind down there.
So
man.
They were like investigating you and stuff, kind of, or like they were, or at least thinking it was you that did that.
You had some assholes who did that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But then there was a person who I knew, and I'm like, yo, man, listen, man. I'm like, y'all doing me dirty, man. Y'all fucking on my food. Y'all taking my phone calls. Y'all doing everything to me, and I'm putting up with it. Man, like, stop playing with me. Like, get me the fuck out this jail, man. Like, y'all keep playing with me.
So the COs were fucking with your food and shit?
Listen, man. Tookie Williams said the best, man. Like, either you take that shit out your food and you eat it and do what you got to do, or you gonna starve to death, man.
Right.
I seen him one time, like a dude who, they said he had one of them cases, so they dropped the muffin. First they licked the muffin, then they dropped it and gave it to him. I had to tell him, like, yo, man, you better not eat that shit. He like, what you mean? I said, man, don't eat that shit, man. He's like, man, I gotta do what I gotta do. I guess he washed it off or whatever. But you know, I seen a lot of shit, man. They play with your food. They do. Waymart was a fucked up spot, man. It was bad there, man. It was bad.
So I was saying about the psychiatric thing because I figured down there you would have a lot of crazy inmates, other guys locked in that are just screaming.
What's crazy though? I don't understand what's crazy.
Well, I'm saying as far as somebody up all night yelling, screaming while you're trying to sleep, just making that. But you're saying,
you tell them shut the fuck up. Like, yo, man, come on, man. A person's only crazy if you don't communicate with them the right way. So you had people like that who were messed up this night. Be like, yo, Tim, who is that? Man, it's Ray, man. What's up, man? What up, Ray?
Right.
Bro, we trying to sleep, bro. You think, you know what I mean? And you just, because we're all going through something, so you just communicate. Like, you had some assholes who do that, then we you know what I mean? We would all gang up on him and he would chill the fuck out.
Okay. So that was what my question basically was, because I thought that would have been the biggest. So you're saying it wasn't that, it was the COs that were making it.
That was the issue. Like, you get the dudes who have them problems.
Yeah.
And you get a person like me who could talk.
Right.
And you be like, yo, bro, what's up? You all right? Is everything okay with you? Yeah, I'm okay. All right. Do you need anything? I'm gonna send you some stuff. Like, you know, you hungry? You want an extra tray or something? Like here you go. Like, you just talk to people like that, because at the end of the day, those are people with mental health issues.
Yeah, for sure.
What they're doing to them only made it worse. So, you know, I have family with mental health issues, and I have people in my family with mental health issues. Yeah. So it's like, I can relate, or I can sympathize with what they're going through. So it's like, you know, when I was in there for a long time, so I would see this stuff like that, and, you know, I would try to help them the best I could. Like, they put me like in between two dudes who had mental health issues, and they thought I was gonna go crazy, and they ended up, you know, joining Team Ray, and, you know, we was going against the COs. Like, like they're fucking turning everybody in the hole. Well, get me out of here. Like, you know what I mean?
Damn.
It was like this.
So
crazy.
They were that bad that it was like everybody.
Waymart was bad. You had some good people there, but Waymart, for that being a psych hospital and getting all the money they get, they're fucking people up.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I didn't know that. In 8 months to be down in that situation. I mean, that's, you know, I've read obviously about solitary confinement. I've done a lot of research on it, and it's like, you know, they actually stopped it in the 1800s because of how traumatizing it was. Yeah. So to be down there for 8 months, and I mean, again, I had assumed the worst of it would have been the other inmates yelling and screaming, but it was the guards messing with you. That makes it that's even worse.
It was us versus them, man. Like, they're bad. They would blast the octane music. That yelling shit telling you to kill yourself. No one loves you. This and that. And, you know, there was a bunch of us. We were down there for a minute, and, you know, we was basically, you know, it ain't going down like that. Like, it's us against y'all. We're not doing that.
Wow.
Know what I mean? So.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you had gotten out of the hole after that 8 months,
they shipped me all the way out by Ohio to SCI Green.
Okay. So when you had now when you were in the hole, did you know that there was a pandemic happening?
This is what happened. I was getting visits from my friend. And on the way to my visit, a CO was like, yeah, they're about to close this down. It's the last of the visits, this and that. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? So because we don't really know what's going on.
Right.
And so went to the visit and my friend told me like, yeah, because corona is bad. What the hell is corona? What are y'all talking about? What's going on? So I got a little bit of information from her. So when I came back to the hole, so I'm like, all we do is bid down there and talk shit, So I'm like, yo, man, it's the end of the world, y'all. They about to lock us down, this and that. So my man RJ, I still talk to him to this day. He like, what are you talking about? Here you go with your shit. I said, bro, it's the end of the world. Listen to because we get the news. And I said, listen to the fucking news tonight. I'm not trying to hear that shit, da-da-da. So the next morning, these fucking weird ass SEALs come in with these gas masks and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, yo, look out the window. I'm like, it's the end of the world. They got on gas masks. Everybody started going crazy, started tripping. Like, what the fuck?
Damn.
So I started getting newspapers after that so I would know what's going on in the world.
Okay. So you had to read about it basically.
Yeah.
And just hearing what the news had to say.
That's it. But you can only hear the news. You can't see it. So you don't know the validity of what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus you're hoping that the news is true.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's obviously they
if the prison guards are messing with your mind, aren't they going to try to give you false information as well?
Right.
Yeah, right. But all that our source of news is like WNEP, News Watch 16, shit like that.
Right.
So we don't get what all the internet says about the fake this, fake that. We're getting actually what they're showing in the streets.
Unbiased news.
What they're showing in the street and all that fake news about the fake vaccines and fake, that shit is bullshit. Try being in jail with that shit, catching that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I seen my cousin's baby father, 23 years old, died from that shit. You know what I mean? Like that shit is real, man. I'm vaccinated. I'm not going through. I had that shit. I'm not going through that again. So all that fake Trump news, like, don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah,
that's bullshit. Like, no, I seen people dying off of that. That shit is real, man.
So now when this stuff was really going on and they had the vaccine come out, was there ever a thing where they were mandatory testing or vaccinating you guys?
This will go down. Either you get your vaccine or you're going to a block where a whole bunch of people are not getting a vaccine. So there's so if there's 10 blocks in the jail, one block is for people who don't get their vaccine and they can't come out like that. They can't do certain shit. They can't move around.
Really?
Now, if you did get your vaccine, then you're good. Even if someone catches corona or you're not locked down because we're all vaccinated, which is like what I think, it's my opinion. Like, you do what you want to do with your body, but it makes sense. If you got corona, and you're not vaccinated, you can't go nowhere. You can't do the things you need to do in life, and you can also get people sick. But if we're both vaccinated, okay, take that couple of days to get right, then we good.
Gotcha.
So the vaccination it helped us in prison because we got our yards again.
Right.
We got this and that. Mind you, remember I was on the whole, I'm in there 24/7. I didn't have yard in 7 months, 7 to 8 months.
So you were like, fuck it, give me the vaccine.
No, not even that. It's just, I took flu shots growing up and all that, but I researched it. Right. So when I'm in the hole, you have nothing to do but read, write, talk, like, you know what I mean? I researched what was going on, you know what I mean? And so that's...
So so they kind of incentivized getting vaccinated. So the guys who refused to get it, they put them all in one block, and then they couldn't do certain activities like go out and play sports.
Can't go play sports, can't get...
So they're pretty much locked on that block.
Yeah.
Food comes there and stuff.
Food, even when you're vaccinated, you're on the vaccine, the food still comes to your door.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It still comes to your door, but they're not getting the privileges, like, you know what I mean?
Now, what about testing? Was that mandatory or was that also optional?
Once you're vaccinated, but they still go around for people at high risk and give you testing and shit like that.
Okay. But none of it's being enforced. It was just...
If they be like, yo, you got to get a corona test before you leave jail.
Oh, really?
You got to get a corona test. Because they got to let your family know, like, all right, say I do got corona, he has corona, he can still leave, but you have to understand that he has corona and that's not our fault. Like,
gotcha.
You know what I mean?
So, but not a vaccine. It's just, you have to get tested before they let you leave, but they're not going to force a vaccine on you.
No, if you don't want to take it, don't take it. You just can't do certain shit.
Okay. All right, and then other than that, jail was pretty much back to normal once you got vaccinated.
Not really. It wasn't really.
Was it still a little different?
Yeah, it's still split up, and it's not really open how it was.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still going too. All right, so one thing I want to mention. So you went into jail in 2015, and you got out. What was it? A few weeks ago, or
2021.
Yeah.
November 5th, 2021.
So, you actually missed the entire Donald Trump presidency, which probably is a good thing, but one thing that has happened since 2016 is the country has been a lot more polarized, a lot more divided than it has been. So have you noticed that, and what is that like to go from Obama, skip, and then right into Biden? You kind of missed the whole thing.
The Trump thing, I didn't really miss it because a lot of them COs who's in jail, they're Trumpers.
Right.
Trump is Donald. So we heard that, you know what I mean? But it was like, the thing with Donald Trump was, he's a bad person. Dude is a bad person. But the country was good until that fucking pandemic hit. But he's a bad person. So if you're a bad person, nothing else that you do matters. You're just a bad person. So he had us segregated. You know what I mean? Like, since when is protesting for what you believe, we're mobsters, Black Lives Matter, you're a fucking mobster, this and that. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. And he was just a bad person. He didn't give a fuck about politics, which is cool. Fuck politics. I mean, just go in there and do what the fuck you're gonna do, make the country better. But he's a bad person. Now with Joe Biden, he's not doing shit. I'm out here right now. He ain't doing shit. What are you doing? Like, what the fuck? And you're from Scranton, bro. Step it the fuck up. Like, you're not making all these promises you're not keeping.
Right.
I mean, all these promises you're not keeping. Like, let's go, man. But it's definitely it's I wasn't out here for the Trump shit, but with this Biden shit, a lot of people, I feel like they're coming back together.
Yeah, maybe because Biden has been, his approval ratings are so bad, everybody's kind of coming together against it. But I think, I agree. I think Trump was kind of he was a dividing figure in his own way.
Guy.
And he did do some good. I know that he did the federal prison reform. He did accomplish that. So that was one good thing I can say about him. So like you said, there were some good and there were some negative.
It's easy to sign a piece of paper. That was a Democratic bill that they didn't want Obama to do, but he got it.
Yeah,
but
you're right. It did start with Obama.
He signed off on it. Cool. That's cool, but he's a piece of shit. So everything that you does, it don't even matter because you're a piece of shit, dude. Like, whatever.
Yeah, politicians, man.
He don't get no play over here. Fuck Donald Trump. I mean, the words of Nipsey, fuck Donald Trump, man.
Right. So when you had gotten out, first day out, was there any, what would you say would be some of the biggest culture shocks that you noticed? 6 years it was since you had been out.
I'm trying to learn how to pay for my parking ticket.
Right, with the phone now, right?
The phone or the put the plate number in. So I gotta remember my license plate and put it in. Like, that's
right.
That's bad.
Prices probably went up a little, right? Since you were,
probably
didn't even notice that. Yeah,
I didn't notice that. Yeah, I'm not. I'm the simple. I get the simple stuff.
Right.
That right there. Oh, job interview. Usually go in, talk, how you doing, this and then that. They told me to put my phone out. Now in jail, they train you not to have your phone on in a job interview. When you go to a job interview, you better have a phone with some freaking Wi-Fi and some internet on it, or you're done, because everything is done on your phone. I'm like, oh man.
Yep.
Now I had bought this phone, and I didn't know that data wasn't unlimited. So I had to buy another phone with unlimited data, or because the phone was shitty anyway. So I wanted a better phone, and you know what I mean. So I got another phone with unlimited data. So I'm just glad I had the one with the unlimited data when I went to my job interview. And they were like, "What the hell is going on here?"
Yeah, I don't think there probably wasn't unlimited data back in 2015.
Yeah, you just go. You just go. Now it's like you got to buy data, this and that. You know what I mean? I told my boy Jeff, I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm going to the store to buy data." Like, you broke ass. Man. What you mean buying data? He's like, "I ran out of data." Oh man, this is crazy.
Oh man.
What else? Yeah, that's
all right.
That's crazy, man.
So, all right. Now, when you're getting out of prison, right? Obviously, there's a schedule. You even if you try not to, there's a part of you that's going to be somewhat institutionalized for that amount of time that you were in there. So, what was the transition like? Getting back into the free world, like, did they help you get set up? Like, are you still on like parole? Do you have a probation officer or anything like that? And did they help you find an apartment, job, or did they just say, "Good luck, you're on your own"?
I don't want shit from them people. I went and did it with everything in the support system I had around me.
Okay.
I'm on papers and all that, but I don't want nothing from them people.
Do they offer help, and you just don't want it, or? Or their help not good?
I don't want it.
Gotcha.
I'm cool. I don't want it. Y'all been controlling my life. I'm gonna go. I know what I want in life. I'm gonna go out and do it. I don't want your help. I'm gonna go out and do it with the people who are around me who said they got me. We're gonna go do this. You know?
Gotcha. But so if you didn't have that support though, is there any type of help, genuine help? Or is
there's stuff, but for everything you gotta do this, you gotta do that.
Right.
I say, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm gonna just go handle what I gotta handle, and I'm gonna take care of it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's good because obviously, like you were saying, you lived in a halfway house years ago, and it was not easy because there's a lot of drugs coming into that, and I can imagine it's not easy to live somewhere like that.
My friends there, it's actually tough right now. 'Cause my best friend he's in the halfway house right now, and I'm trying to get him out. I'm trying. It's hard. A lot of people, you know what I mean. A lot of people don't want people with records, I had a couple of people on Facebook, oh, you have a record, so I don't want to deal with you, this and that. All right, I paid for my crimes. I'm saying I did what I had to do, so what's the problem now?
Right.
But it's your property, so you can feel how you want to feel, but you gotta answer to God someday while you keep judging people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So what advice would you give to a younger Ray or to the younger generation coming up now? What would you, now that you've been through it all, do you have any advice for somebody coming up in that was kind of walking in your shoes? For a
younger Ray first, right?
Yeah.
Don't change a damn thing, because everything that you went through in life made you for this moment right here, and you're going to do good things. I'm not even at my pinnacle yet. I'm still putting all my pieces together, and once my pieces to the puzzle come together, I'm going to do something great. So don't change a thing. It's going to get hard, but do not change the person who you is. You never told, never ratted, never fucked the homosexual, none of that. Whatever dudes prefer, that's on them, but I'm not into that. So don't ever change, because when you die, they're gonna say that you real, and that matters to me. It matters to me the perception that I'm gonna give to my kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I could walk anywhere, any hood, and I'll be good because I put in that work for that. You know what I'm saying? Got some people that don't like me, but they big homie probably love me though.
Right.
You feel me? To the younger generation, I would tell them, like, the streets is dead. Like, put a dream together. Whatever your dream is, find an avenue to get that's most safe. I'm never going to tell you not to get money, because that's what I did. But you have to understand that there's consequences for everything that you did in life, for everything that you do in life. And when they put that heat down, you just stand firm as a man, because if you can't stand firm as a man, that's going on your record, and your record is everything, man. Not even in the streets, in life. You know what I mean? Like, your kids are going to hear what you did. Your grandkids are going to hear what you did. And, to me, family is everything. So I don't want my daughters to hear nothing bad about me.
Right.
I did some things in life that, I regret, but, I don't regret. Things in life that, whatever. But at the same time, they made me who I am, and that's why I'm standing in front of you today,
Yeah, like the old quote, to live is to suffer, but to find meaning in the suffering, that's how the hell? Fuck, did I just fuck that up? Find meaning in the suffering.
You fucked it up.
It
was good. That was good.
I tried sounding smart.
You still knew it.
You were right.
Did I have it right? To find meaning in, to live is a suffer, but to survive is to find meaning in the suffering. Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay. But I believe that wholeheartedly.
No, but to persevere, I think, not survive, isn't it? Persevere, like to rise above it or something.
Right. I heard it in a DMX song once.
My ex had knowledge.
Yeah,
man. He had knowledge.
He did.
One of my favorite quotes, and it pertains to my life, is there's actually a Meek Mill and Jada Kiss song, and it goes like, some niggas go to college and some niggas go to jail, and I took jail as my college.
Right.
I learned, I was in the streets as a kid, and I understood that there were certain things with that. So when I went to jail, I went to college.
Right.
I got around some of the greatest minds in the world, and I put my mind to it now. I'm putting my plan together. I got people trying to knock me down right now.
Of course.
But I'm gonna keep going, man.
Some of the smartest people I've ever met in my life were individuals that were incarcerated while I was working there.
Yeah.
And I would have these long, deep conversations. I learned a lot. Like you're saying, never judge a book by its cover, because did I learn a lot. And that's kind of what gave me the idea to be able to do this.
And it's different out here too. Like, I got a phone call from a good friend who was always on me, forced me to work out when I didn't want to work out, taught me how to eat good, taught me about money, this and that. And I got a call from another day, and I just cried, because it's not the same out here. The dudes out here, they're not the same. They're not the same as they were when I was growing up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I grew up to them dudes, and they're just not around here no more. Like, you know, like one of a dude that I grew up to, who I looked up to, you know, when I came out, he pulled up on me on a Benz. He had a little Benz, pulled up on me like, that's cool, bro. I just got out. Where my money at, bro? Like, you got some money for me? Like, you got some clothes for me? Right. Are you pulling up in this and that? You stunting on the gram, bro? Like, I'm fucked up. I just came home, my nigga.
Right.
Like, what is that doing for me? You stunting in the Benz, doing that, doing like my nigga, like, what is that?
Right.
So, you know, I had to like, yo, bro, bye, see you later. See you later. And it's crazy because his friend, a guy that I met through him, all three of us was like brothers, just called me today, like, how you doing? What's up? You good? You like, you know, I'm getting remarried today. And I'm like, damn, man, I didn't even know, because I'm like, damn, I gotta go to work though. He said, I'm happy you just said that. He said, you know, go to work and do what you got to do, man. And I was like, damn, man, I feel bad I'm not gonna be there. He said, man, don't worry about that. He's like, you know, and it's crazy that the people who you think is with you is not with you. It'd be the ones that you don't think.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So my last question, and then I've got a little surprise at the end of some questions.
You got some money for me?
No.
You got what kind of surprise is that? You got some money
funny
for me?
questions I got.
Oh, some funny questions? Oh, all right.
When you were, second to last question, when you were in prison, did you experience violence in front of your eyes that, you know, that was while you were in there? What was it? Any type of violence that you can talk about that was like, you know, traumatizing maybe?
You ever had someone try to murder you before? Have you?
Well.
Was you in the hospital?
One on one, a guy tried to kill me. No.
Was you in hospital on life? No, he didn't. It wasn't no 1-on-1. But
okay. Was
you ever on life support in the hospital? Doctors telling you never going to walk again,
no.
bullet in your spine like that. So after that, nothing is traumatizing no more. There's nothing traumatizing. The doctors told me I was never going to walk again.
Right.
I was in, you know, my friend, the CO who they put me in a hole for, came to the hospital every day and forced me to walk. Let's go, motherfucker. And I walked again. But after that, ain't nothing traumatizing no more. Shit happens. You know, you deal with it.
Right.
You deal with that shit.
All right. So this is the last one before my funny questions. What are your goals for the future? If you want to let anybody know that's watching this.
Of course.
Yeah.
To be the best father I can be, number one. Number two, I just started a record label. I have me and my partner, me and my partner Ben, we're teaming up with two other dudes they're from New York, and we're basically putting a label. They're gonna have what they have down there. We have what we have up there, and we're coming together. That's why I have my producer here today. We're actually coming together. We're starting a label. And I actually just got my brother. My brother's gonna be our first artist. He's getting signed, and you know he's dropping a mainstream single. And that's my goal is to make my family better.
Does it have a name, the record label?
Yeah, Blacc Mass Entertainment.
Blacc Mass Entertainment.
BLACKMA $2 at the end. Blacc Mass Entertainment.
Okay.
Our first artist is Team Cell, and Devontae. That's another one of our artists. We have the Il Malata, and that's my goal for them. Is, you know, I promised my brother when I came home I'm gonna get him right, because, you know, my brother's blind, and you know, as much as he don't like it, I'm his fucking caretaker. I freaking clean his shoes. I do everything for my brother. I love my brother. My brother and my kids are my number one priority. Right. So be the best father I can, make my brother and my cousin's dreams come true, which is the music thing. But I want to get married and have another kid and you know, buy a house and stuff like that. That is my goal. Like, it's crazy because I actually reconnected with a friend who I love since the 7th grade, and we're trying to make it work. So, wow, that is my goal. That is my goal, man. That is my goal. I'm not gonna say her name because she's the opposite of me. She doesn't like the light. She like to be a ghost. But I like to, you know, I like to make shit happen. Wow. But that's my goal. Be a better father, make my brother's dream come true, and just live the simple life: house, car, marriage, another son, and I'm cool. It's awesome, man. Yeah, that's my goal in life. It's hard, obviously hard work, man. But I mean, I know you're gonna do it, man. I can feel it. Like, that's awesome, man. I'm trying, man. I'm trying, man. Yeah. All right. Any advice? Any advice? Can I get some advice, dude? Like, you've been my friend since I'm trying the plot days, my nigga. Like, I'm trying myself. You know, I would say perseverance, persistence, and stay away from anybody that's got
a complacent mindset. You know, I've cut out a lot of people in my life that I was friends with for that exact reason, where it's like I have a goal, I have the same priorities where I want my family to have a great life, and I want to be able to build something. So I would say anybody who doesn't have that same type of mentality to make it to the, you know, they're good where they're at. I don't really talk to them that much. Maybe what's up or whatever, and then just keep grinding, because it may not come in the beginning, but if you just keep at it, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. You know. All right. So I got 5 questions for you. Okay, and these are some. It's called the Fast 5. Okay, so I'm gonna throw some random questions at you. Try to answer them as fast as you can.
Oh Lord.
All right.
Here we go.
Now, do you think aliens exist?
Fuck out of here, man.
We're going down there.
No, bro. No.
Not at all?
We would have seen them by now.
Okay.
Everyone has a camera phone. We would have seen them by now.
All right. I think they do exist.
I know they exist.
Yeah.
Bro. Next question.
We might have to have a whole episode on aliens.
We can do that.
We're the only people in this whole universe.
Why we ain't seeing me?
I mean,
camera phones.
we do see them.
Can ants know that we're looking at them when we're monitoring them? I'm just saying.
They can feel us though.
Could they?
They can feel us. My brother's blind, but he'll know if I walk in the room or you walk in the room. Yeah.
There might be.
When you lose a sense, the other sense goes in, man.
We're gonna have to have another hour on aliens.
We can talk about that one day. We talk.
All right. If you're at a restaurant and the food is overcooked, you just paid all this money on it, do you send it back or do you just eat it?
I work at a restaurant, so I'm gonna just eat it. I know how much work it is.
Right. So, plus, you don't want them messing with the food.
I just know how much work them people
like,
put
he
in.
didn't like it, huh?
Yeah.
All right. If you got exiled from the United States, what country would you go live in?
I go any country?
Any country in the world, but a home base. Which country would you think would put your house at?
Probably France.
France. Okay. No more America. France is nice though.
France.
Yeah. Over in Europe. All right. Would you rather spend the night in a real haunted house one night or 1 week out in the forest by yourself? Both are by yourself.
Just by myself?
Yeah. In the forest a week or in a real haunted house.
I mean, is there going to be like medical attention there if I need help in the forest? Or you're just dropping me off?
Dropping you off and then you're...
Yeah, I'm going to the haunted house.
Really? Real ghosts?
I'm going to the haunted house.
You're just going to stay up all night?
Yeah, I'm in tune with my spirits. I'll be all right.
All right. Talk to them.
I'm in tune with my spirits. I'll be all right.
Them ghosts can't hurt you with the animals in the forest.
Sheesh. Right. All right. Last question. What weapon would you bring to the zombie apocalypse?
What weapon would I bring to a bunch of zombies?
A bunch of them coming at you. You got to pick one weapon.
A bazooka. I'm blowing them. Or a flamethrower. Or a flamethrower.
The Gatling gun, son.
Yeah, hopefully they're not right on top of you.
I don't know much about zombies, but I'm frying them. I'm getting rid of them, man.
If they're on top of you, man, the bazooka's going to blow everybody up.
The flamethrower then.
All right, flamethrower. Unless you have zombies, they might chase you on fire, and then that's not good either.
But are these zombies like Walking Dead zombies, or they're like the ones that run in them cheap ass movies? Like
probably walking ones.
Yeah, so the flamethrower would be
good. You can get away from them. Yeah. All right, man. Well, hey, I really appreciate you coming down here and doing this. This was fucking awesome. I didn't come down.
You're in my neighborhood.
I mean, I came down to your hood.
You're my hood.
Thanks for letting me come into your hood and
welcome anytime.
And doing this interview, man. This was great. It was a lot of fun.
I appreciate you and for everything that you have done for me.
Yeah,
even back in the day, man. Just growing up, going to your house and shit like that. It just took me from what I was going on in life, and it just. Right. I appreciate you for accepting me, man.
Yeah, man. I always, man. And
I mean,
it's cool that we've always been friends, even after all these years. You know, we went separate ways, but here we are again.
Even in the county, them plates you was giving me, I was getting $20 a plate.
Right. Yeah, I did hook you up with a lot of food.
I was getting $20 a plate.
Yeah.
What you want? I got hot dogs. I got fried. What you want? So but I'm not real shit though. You know, I always considered you a friend, even if you didn't consider me a friend at times. But I always considered you a friend, and I just appreciate you for always helping me out, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. So I feel the same way, man. It's cool that we fucking were able to link back up and like this is awesome. So
I'm here. You need me, man.
We gotta do this again too. So
whenever.